Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to do a basic introduction. Hi Daniel, we're recording this mostly for you, but we'll give the video to other people as well and either put it on YouTube or Google Classroom or something like that to make it accessible to you. A basic introduction of how this works. There's much more to learn, but the most important thing I think is you're coming into the classroom and you think, crap, my blackboard's gone, I just want to use this as a board, and we don't want to make this into a 10,000 euro holder for two whiteboards. And they're decent whiteboards, they're pretty decent, pretty good size. So let's open this up and let's take a look what we have here. Behind here, the whiteboards work normally, of course, like any whiteboards. We're not going to write anything on there. But let's give a quick introduction how to use it. Obviously there's a power button, that's the most important thing. It's right here in the middle. It's glowing. You push it. Go.
This is a whiteboard.
Yes.
What about the front?
It's also a whiteboard. Both whiteboards. So you can leave it shut. If you're like, I hate technology, just leave it shut, use it, then open it up, use there, and then smash this with a stick or something. Kidding, do not hurt this. Do not. It's very expensive.
Rollläden aufgeklappt sind, muss man aufpassen, dass man nirgendwo gegen.
Genau, muss man aufpassen. You gotta watch this hits here if you have it open, and there's some other spots where it can uneck, but you have to watch out. You're at the home screen. We're going to learn more things later, but for now, basic introduction. There's a home button that has a flame for Prometheus, and you can push that, and that opens up a menu down here for you that gives many options. And the first thing I wanted to introduce is just to use it as a whiteboard, but an electronic whiteboard. So we can push that. We can use our fingers, that's okay, but of course our fingers have oils, so probably in general it's a better idea to use a stylus that will avoid getting it messy. Do not use any solvents on this surface. We can use a Mikrofasertuch, very special. It would be great to have one here. We don't, but I guess so. Just be careful. Don't clean it, especially not with window cleaner or something like that. That is bad. So let's open this up. We're opening up a whiteboard, and there's some stuff left over from previously. So let's start right away with, the stupid last teacher, whatever. Mr. Weiss left it on here. There's a button over here that allows you to erase the whole board. It has, wrong button. It has an eraser and a screen, and it erases the whole board, and everything is clean, and we are now ready to go. So, basic things, of course, we'd like to be able to write. So we can use the stylus, and over here we can select the color. Right now we're selected in blue, so we can just write our equation or whatever we're writing. I'm seeing if this is showing up. Kind of. Okay, but as you notice, we're in a small room, relatively speaking. Here maybe this would work. In a bigger room, we'd want to use a bigger, thicker marker. We have that choice here. If we push this button down and hold it for a second, hold this button down and hold it for a second, it opens up the option of choosing the thickness. Now this is ridiculously big. You probably don't want to, you can try that. Here we go. Tina's excited. So let's try that out. You can try it like this for the very poor of sight. There's your equation. That's probably even for the largest room overkill. So this is the button right there again. And we can go maybe a little smaller. We can try that out. Try a different equation just for kicks. There we go. And then of course we can go this, maybe this would be the one that I would go for here. It's a little thicker here for this room. Maybe that's better. Okay? So that's just in terms of very basic stuff. Now of course you do screw up occasionally. There's an eraser, and there's a setting on the Promethean board to make sure that the bigger thing, not a dot, but a bigger thing, either a hand, prefer not to use a hand, but you could use a hand on here. Whoopsie, it's changed actually. I'll show you how to change it. Right now, there it is. Okay, here's the difference. If you have a point, right now it writes. You have 2 points, it writes twice. 3 points, writes twice. But if you push with an area, it's an eraser. There we go. That's what it is. Okay? So an area is an eraser, and that's a setting that you change, and I'll show you how to get to the settings in just a second, that you can use your hand. Again, probably better to use an eraser. Okay? Especially, good point, if you have a ring, especially one with a big fat diamond on it, that's dangerous, you can cut that thing. But they come with an eraser. Now, if you're in a different room, just pointing this out, This is, I kind of found a little gift box. There's a little box with it. So that eraser might be in here still, and the styluses might be in here as well. And there's also in here, and we'll show that in action in a little while, a nice long HDMI cable, and a few other accessories. But I'll show you the HDMI cable, the styluses, and the eraser today to make sure you know how to use those. Other things of interest, of course, you can change color, nothing too obvious, no surprise there, red, okay, you can switch to green, black, yellow. On here, yellow actually does show up on normal chords, very hard to see. You can also hit the palette and choose other colors.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to go fuchsia or purple, purple, there we go. We can put some purple on here, and we can say density is
Love
mass
it.
divided by volume. There we go. Okay, so that all works. That's how we write. I think we have the basic things for writing covered here. I did mention erasing by hand. You can also, there's also an eraser button that gives you some options here. This thing is just, nope, it's still writing. I'm not sure what this does now. Okay, it just also erases. Oh, that's the other thing too. If you use, see, you can make a big eraser.
Whoa.
Interesting, okay, good. So you can have like a 4 huge set of erasers now. There you go. Doesn't seem super useful. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. So, highlighter, I didn't show highlighter. Highlighter is not so super helpful for us and for math and science, but for Mr. Lazar, if you're working with a text, we can show you later how to introduce a document and then you could highlight. But for our purposes, let's say we've written something, we said F equals A, and now we want to highlight it. We can highlight the highlight button to here. This is the important part. So here, force. There you go. You can highlight it, use it like a highlighter. Okay, so we've got the basic things covered here for writing. Yes, sir.
Can you show me again how you erase the whole board, like at the end of the hour?
Sure.
What did you hit on the
So
side?
there's underneath the eraser icon, there's an icon that has a little eraser and a rectangle. For the screen, you push that, it erases the whole
Got it,
board.
thank you.
Okay, so let's make things a little bit more, I don't know if it's interesting or not, but we can also here on just drawing on a regular space for math, for science, maybe for history, I'm not sure. You might want to use a ruler. We do have option of objects that would be useful for angles, circles, and straight lines, those kind of things. Just a simple ruler, we hit there, it appears and it looks pretty standard. There's our ruler, and we can use it as is, so we can move it, we can turn it, we can expand it, we can make it smaller as we wish. And there's an indication of the angle here, which is inclined at this time. Okay, and if you put your marker right next to it, very similar to what would happen if you had a real ruler here and a marker, you can then make a straight line. I used highlighter because I forgot I was a highlighter. That seems silly. I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to erase that. That was the back button. Don't want to make my line with highlighter. That seems silly. We're going to switch it over to a regular pen now. And purple, is that your favorite color? I like it. I like purple too. Go cats. Alright, so here we go. So here's a nice purple line. Yes, sir.
Can you make a grid on the board?
Working on it. Very good.
And-
Yep.
Thank you.
Could we change the color?
Now of the line now.
Ja, wenn es jetzt schon lila ist und ich möchte aber
Mhm.
eigentlich rot unterstreichen, möchte jetzt aber nicht nochmal rückwärts.
Ja, ja, gute Frage. Weiß ich nicht. Das kann ich nicht. Das kann ich nicht. Ich denke, das sollte gehen, aber ich weiß nicht.
Okay.
Ich weiß es nicht. Okay? So, if you're now like, this is annoying, I don't want this anymore, you can hit the little X and it disappears. This is like the X out button on a document. If you push that, it disappears.
Is it possible to touch the line and shifting the line?
I don't, let me see, I'm not sure. This is like a cursor. Let me see what happens when I push on it. Oh, there we go. There we go. So yes, so
So if you have it marked like that, maybe you can then simply press
good
on press.
question. Let me try to, yeah, it doesn't like that. Let's see, let me try it again. Like this. Oh, hey, that's interesting. A double and then, oh, cool.
You got a bin.
Got it.
I got it up, that's a new thing, I didn't know, this is the way to get rid of it, but we didn't change the color, so we don't know how to do that.
But at least the bin was red.
True,
Yeah.
true. Okay, so there was a question regarding a grid, that's very helpful for, math and science, obviously. Oh wait, I wanted to show you the other geometric objects first, before we go there. So we also have the option of a Geodreieck, being in Germany, beautiful device here. The real one's obviously not that small, but we are at large, but we're used to having these on our whiteboards and also on our blackboards, so we can do the same things we just showed. I can draw a line, there we go, nice line. I can turn it, alright, here we go. Draw a second line, then I can pull it away here, and I can be like, oh, I want to measure the angle. You can show students how to do that. A little bit awkward, I think, but you get the idea. You can then shift it up here, and maybe we just gotta get used to how to get it there. Whoop, close enough. That's 40 degrees, or something. Okay, so you use it just like a geodreieck would be used as well. So that's good. We showed you this, and we're gonna try this out now. Wait, arrow is on. Hit push it. Oh, doink. Oh, I like it. Boink. It's gone. Okay. Two more. There are two more circly things. A semicircle, just a protractor we would call it, Winkelmesser or a Winkelmessgerät. And then there is a, I call this the Zirkel, and I'll show you in a second why. Even though it doesn't look like a circle, you can use it like a circle, because depending on the color in the middle of these objects, you can use this for drawing three different things. If you have this on red, and you go in here and whoops. Hi, hello. There we go. Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't mean to do that.
Cool.
That's cool.
But now you got in a circle.
Do I? No, I don't think I do. I think this. Oh wait, there's a circle. I don't know how I did that. Awesome. Okay, I'll pretend I did that on purpose. Okay, I'll turn the blue one on here. Oh, now I remember how to do it. Oh, I must have forgot. Okay, so if I put the blue circle on here, I go on the edge here, I draw, and now I can put a radius on here, but I thought I had to start from the center. I just pick my spot where I want to draw the radius. Here, we have a radius. Now we change this over here to green, and we move it over here. In this case, I am drawing that edge of the circle. If I go all the way around, well, then I just drew, whoopsie, shoot. Apparently it goes away if I go past that. Apparently, okay, don't, there we go, close enough. Might be a little bit better. Let's take a look what happens here. So I've got now a circle with a radius. I know I missed the gap here, but that's the basic idea. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I press on here for red. Now this part, this draws like a slice of pie. And over there I did the whole pie before. So now we have a slice of pie. There we go. Slice of pie, how to make a whole pie, how to make a circle, how to make a radius. With this is a half of one. So here you can just draw half. So I'm not sure how this is more useful, but there it is. I think this is more about showing the kids how to use this if they have one of these. Then you can demonstrate on the board how to use a Winkelmessgerät, which looks a little bit different from this. I think of this more like a Zirkel, a compass. Okay, cool. All right, yay, we can make these disappear. That disappears, that disappears. We clear the board. There we go. Let's see. Other important things that you guys should know how to use. We click up here. This was Mr. Weiss's question. We can make a background. So either line paper or grid paper, Kästchenpapier. You can make the choice. For us as scientists and mathematicians, the grid paper is the most interesting. There we go. And now we are showing the students how to use grid paper. We can make a graph on it by hand, of course, and be like, okay, here's how we graph. And then we could use a ruler, but I often don't. So I'll just put a straight line down here. Genau, einfach so, zack, so, zack.
Bist du so gut oder wird das automatisch so gerade?
Das war ich.
Ja.
Das war ich.
Ja, ich muss immer die Linie benutzen.
Okay, there we go. Und dann 3, 6, 9, 15, whatever, volume, cubic centimeters, and so on. There we go. And we just use it as grid paper, which we could, and of course we can use it in combination if we want to. So now we could go in here and use a ruler on top of this, and then if we're nervous about drawing it by hand, we can then go and say, use a ruler. Get it right on there. That's pretty good. There we go. And then we have a nice axis with that. Okay. Same idea there. And then of course, whatever. There we go. And we've got our square. The paper itself can be made bigger or smaller as you'd like the grid